Hello guys, and welcome to the third part in my F1 2014 season preview mini-series and the second part in my team preview series. So now let's get straight into it with a preview of Lotus F1 team. So, Lotus F1 team, previously running. So let's look at their stats since they've become Lotus. They've had 39 race starts. They have their first Grand Prix was Australia 2012. They've had 2 wins, no pole positions, 5 fastest laps, and they finished 4th in the constructors last year. So let's look at their stats since 2012, and both years they finished 4th in the constructors championship. Now let's move on to the drivers. The drivers are, in the number 8 car, they have McLaren. He's age 27, he's had 45 race starts in Formula 1. His first Grand Prix was the European Grand Prix back in 2009. His best finish is second. His best grid slot is second, and his fastest lap he's had 1. His finishing position in the Drivers' Championship was 7th last season, and that is all we need to tell. Now on to his teammate. In the 13 car, his teammate is Pastor Maldonado, who's moved from Williams to Lotus. He's aged 28 now. He has had 58 race starts. He has had, his first Grand Prix was Australia 2011. He's had 1 race victory, 1 pole position, no fastest lap, and he finished all the way down in 18th in last season's championship. So let's have a look at them in testing. And oh dear, it's not looking good for Lotus. Grosjean only managed 91 miles over the course of the final test, and Maldonado, his teammate, didn't do much better. He only managed 147 miles over the course of the first test. Their times were the slowest of the lot. In 22nd was Pascal Maldonado. He did a 1 minute 40.5, and Romain Grosjean did a 1 minute 39.3. They did a total distance over the tests of 800 miles, and they caused 7 red flags in testing. Their team relative performance, and it's not looking good. They're last, they're behind every single team, including Marussia and Caterham, which is bad for them. And their adjusted lap times from Bahrain are still pretty poor. Grosjean's is a 1 minute 39.3. and Maldonado's is a 1 minute 38.7, which is 4/10 of Kamui Kobayashi's time in the catering. So it's really not looking good for Lotus this season. So my 3 predictions for them is they're not going to finish in the top 6 of the championship. Another prediction for them is they will not get a race victory at all or a podium this season. And my final prediction is they'll only have 4 each driver will only have a maximum of 3 points finishes over the course of the season. So it's not looking good for the Lotus team. So now let's move on to the team that finished 5th last year, and that is McLaren. Right, now we're here with McLaren now for their preview for the 2014 season. For McLaren, their previous history is they've got 742 race starts. Their first Grand Prix was Monaco 1966. Wins, they've had 182. Poles, they've had 155. Fastest laps, they've had 152, and they finished in 5th in the 2013 championship. So now let's look at their previous history. Their previous history is second back in 2008 when Lewis Hamilton won the title for them. They had 6 victories that year, 5 of them were Hamilton and one of them was Hakekover-Lyons. In 2009 they finished 3rd in the Constructors' Championship, which is pretty good considering that they had an awful start of the season. And they got 2 victories, both Hamilton. They finished 2nd in both 2010 and 2011 when they had Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton on board in 2010. Hamilton had 3 victories and Button had 2, and in 2011 they had 3 victories apiece. In 2012 they had 7 victories and they finished 3rd in the championship in the Constructors because they had so much unreliability that year, and the majority of those victories came from Lewis Hamilton. Button had 2 and Hamilton had 5, and in 2013 they finished 4th in the championship with no victories. Move on to their drivers now. In the 20s now they have new guy Kevin Magnussen, who's a rookie for this year. He was aged 21, and last season he was a Formula 3.5 champion. He was one of their young drivers, he has been for a couple of years. Now on to their other driver, which is the 2009 World Champion, and that is Jenson Button, and he's driving in the car number he won the title with that year, 22. His age is 34 now, he's the oldest driver on the grid, where he's jointly Raikkonen and Max Factor. He has 247 starts. His first Grand Prix was Australia 2000. He's had 15 race victories, 8 pole positions, 8 fastest laps, and he finished 9th in the 2013 championship. Move on to their testing, please. And Magnussen got 486 miles done in testing, while his teammate Jenson Button managed, if I can find it, 326 miles in testing in the Bahrain test. Their times were first Magnussen, who was 11th quickest with a 1:35.8, while Button was 15th quickest with a 1:36.9. Distance in miles, they got the 4th most mileage with 2,580 miles, and they caused 4 red flags in testing. Their team relative pace, they are the 6th quickest team, which is actually slightly worse than where they were before, but that's more down to other teams moving in front of them instead of them losing pace. If anything, they actually look quicker than they did last year. And they are behind Williams, Mercedes, Force India, Ferrari and Red Bull on ultimate pace. Their time adjusted laps are Button with a 1:34.9 and Magnussen with a 1:35.31, which puts them 8th and 9th on the list. This means that my 3 predictions for them is they will definitely get a win this season, but I think it will come from Jenson Button. He'll get at least 1 victory this season, maybe even 2. They will finish come the end of the season. I think they will be still in the top 5 in the Constructors' Championship come the end of the season, but teams have leapfrogged them and they're not looking the most reliable of cars. And my final prediction is Kevin Magnussen will score at least 100 points this season. But anyway guys, now let's move on to another team in this video. We have done 2 teams in this video and it's been about 10 minutes, so move on to the next team in this video, 6th place last year, and that is Force India. Right, now we're on to Force India. So let's look at the previous championship performance. They've had 112 Grand Prix starts. They have had... Their first Grand Prix was Australia 2008. They've had no victories, one pole position, and that was Giancarlo Fisichella back in 2009 at Spa. They've had 2 fastest laps, and they finished 6th in last year's constructors. So as you can, in their championship finishes, in 2008 they finished 10th of 11 teams on the grid. They finished 9th out of 10 in 2009. 2010 they were 7th of 12 in 2009. In 2011 they were 6th of 12. In 2012 they were 7th of 12, and in 2013 they finished 6th of 11. So there is gradual improvement from this team since its beginnings back in 2008. They have got a brand new driver lineup for this year. Driving the 11 car they have Sergio Perez, the 24-year-old Mexican. He's had 56 Grand Prix starts because he missed Monaco and Canada back in 2011. His first Grand Prix was Australia 2011. His best finish was 2nd for Sauber back in 2012, and that was in Malaysia. His best grid slot was 4th. I can't remember when that was. I think that was with McLaren. Actually no, that was his Sauber back at Spa 2012. He's had 2 fastest laps, and he finished 11th in last year's championship when he was with McLaren last year. The driver who's lining him up is an ex-Force India driver who's come back to the team, and that is Nico Hulkenberg. He's now 26 years old. He is 57. He's had 57 starts. His first race was Bahrain 2010. His best finish was 4th. He has had 1 pole position back in Brazil 2010 in his season with Williams. He's had 1 fastest lap in a race, and that was, I think, Korea 2012. And he finished 10th last year in the Drivers' Championship, which is ahead of his current teammate, his new teammate Sergio Perez. For the statistics, Hulkenberg did 343 miles in the last test, while his teammate only did less than him. Perez did 337. Perez's best time was 6th quickest with a 1:35.2. While Nico Hulkenberg was 8th quickest with a 1:35.5. They did just under 2,500 miles. They did 2,469 miles in testing, and they caused 3 red flags in testing. Their team relative performance, they are 3rd quickest on the grid, so 3 positions up from where they were last year. Only Williams and Mercedes are in front of them, and their time adjusted times are: Perez is a 1:34.2, which is 5th fastest, while Hulkenberg is 11th fastest with a 1:35.9. So that rounds off Force India, and that rounds off 3 teams in this part of the video, this mini-series. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. A like, share, sub to my channel would be fantastic and appreciated. Follow me on Twitter @VoteMayorQuimby. Follow me on Instagram ONTQ128. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and goodbye.